It come from? Where do it come
Is this
from?
where I start to greet people?
Correct. Well, you pause. It's a slow greet.
It's a slow greet.
It's a slow, gentle greet as we enter into folks joining us here on the internet.
How many people do you reckon are still asleep or
Thinking that it's
that it's?
I don't know. I don't know. I never hated daylight savings time until I had a child, and now I deeply, deeply hate daylight savings time because either way it ruins everything. When we spring forward, the kids lose their minds because they're losing sleep.
Right.
When we fall back, the kids wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning instead of 7 o'clock in the morning. So either way, we all lose. So I am not a fan of this. As I said, I never cared. Some people really hated it and said it was pointless. Why are we still doing this? Others didn't mind, like myself. But again, now that I have a small child, I deeply hate daylight savings. I didn't know I could hate a thing.
Have you made your feelings known to your government?
Oh yeah, that'll go well. Yeah, they don't have anything else going on right now.
No.
So it's fine. I'll tell them that we no longer need to do this because why? Even the farmers say we don't need this. Even the farmers are saying, you know what, we're okay, actually. We can stop with the daylight savings, but no. So yes, I tried to keep my child awake a little later last night in hopes that perhaps she would wake up later this morning. She did not. At 6:13 a.m. sharp, she woke me up, her up, all up. Not you, thankfully, but and I was just going, could we maybe just go back to sleep? Absolutely not. We sure can't. No, bless. That's why they have to be cute, or you murder them. Yes, to all of those who celebrate baseball, that was one hell of a World Series. It's a good game when even I know about it. That's my personal litmus test. Is how important something is in sports if the information has even gotten to me. So yeah, last night my mom and I were talking, and I said, "Oh my God, the game is still on." And looked, and I said, "Well, it's the top of the 11th." And they went into overtime again, extra innings again, and then the Dodgers did win. My favorite part being all the shots they kept doing of the Blue Jays, looking very upset. Because the thing is, at this point, if you don't follow baseball, none of this matters. I don't generally follow baseball. It's only because I have enough Canadian friends, and then obviously we're in LA with the Dodgers. So as I say, you sort of learn it whether you want to or not. But this whole week of the World Series, they've been going into overtime, extra innings, really working for it. So by the last game, and they had to go to game 7.
Yeah.
They had to play all 7 games. So by game 7, they all look absolutely exhausted. And kind of like, by that point, someone just needs to win. You know what I mean? Someone just needs to win the damn game. And when the Dodgers did, even in their celebrating, they looked so tired. And mommy and I were just laughing. They looked absolutely exhausted. But
your mother's father.
Thank you.
Died many years ago.
Yes.
Never forgave the Dodgers.
Yes, I know.
For moving away from New York. Away from Brooklyn.
Yes. And I get it, man.
La La Land.
I get it, man. And considering that he's been gone as long as he has, that's a lot of time to still be mad from the grave at the Dodgers. Happy Sunday, Maltins, and to you, Alan. Missed you last week. It was Daisy's 4th birthday. My baby turned 4 last Sunday.
And she had herself a great day.
We had a really good day, a party. And then there was an early trick-or-treating thing that happened for a lot of the littles. And she got so many presents and got her face painted and was just a very, very happy camper. And when she is happy, we is happy.
Yep.
And you somehow handled having like 15 toddlers in the house.
I went into my bubble.
He hid in the kitchen. He and my mother hid in the kitchen with the donuts.
In plain sight.
In plain sight with the donuts. And that is how they survived a 4-year-old's birthday party. But yeah, it was great. That's why we were not with you. We were celebrating.
I did some radio interviews this week, and one of the hosts said, "Oh, I saw Mary Hart sitting right behind home plate."
Yeah.
He said, "She must be a big fan." I said, "Yes, she and her husband are. In fact, her son's bar mitzvah was at Dodger Stadium, and we were there."
We got to go. I think that was my very first time ever at Dodger Stadium. Was for AJ's bar mitzvah, and I didn't know you could have a bar mitzvah at a baseball field, but you sure can. And he and our Rabbi David, were up there, and they projected it on the jumbotron. It was an experience. They gave us the little gifts at the end were bobbleheads of AJ. Little baseball bobblehead. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, Mary Hart sits pretty much behind home plate during Dodger games. You cannot miss her.
And she looks the same.
She looks phenomenal. She's gorgeous. My parents got to do something really fun this week. If you are a fan of the TV show Somebody Feed Phil, and if you are not, you should be. It is delightful, though you will be very hungry watching it. Phil Rosenthal, one of the guys that created Everybody Loves Raymond, and made a documentary that we love called Exporting Raymond. Phil Rosenthal is an absolute gem of a human being.
Yep.
He is incredibly kind, very warm, very sweet, everything you could ask for, very funny. He has just opened a restaurant.
Well, it's not open yet.
Well, he's just opened it.
Yeah.
It is in the process.
They did what they call a soft opening the other day.
And you got to go
we got to go.
Max and Helen's, it's called, in Larchmont Village. And you and Mommy got to go. And
we had ourselves a whale of a good breakfast. I'm telling you. And saw a lot of great people there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I don't think it's telling tales out of school to say that Henry Winkler was celebrating his birthday.
Oh, how funny.
So we all got to sing Henry.
Oh, that you didn't tell me that.
No.
You left that one out. You told me you saw Ed Begley Jr.
Right.
That much I got.
Yeah.
And then you did not tell me that you sang Henry. That seemed like a really big thing to leave out.
Yeah, it was.
I don't mean to call you out in front of everyone here, but you forgot to mention that you sang Happy Birthday to Henry Winkler.
We and everyone else in the room.
Talk about burying the lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a wonderful time, and we're hoping we can get back over there very soon, because while it's still in the process of opening, I want to go because hopefully then it will be less crowded than once it really opens, because the food was, you guys loved it, and what you brought home for me to try was fantastic. So yeah. Everybody Loves Raymond was just added on Me TV. Well, there you go. It's a great show. Dick Band says the Mary Hart corresponding seats for the Toronto games cost $21,000.
Okay.
I am not surprised, but also wow.
Yeah. There was a comment before from somebody who watched the Orson Welles Mercury Theater Laserdisc, with which I was involved many years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But that gig got me to interview John Houseman out at his home in Malibu.
Mm.
And that was an unforgettable afternoon.
I'm sure.
And so thank you, guys.
And when I think of that name, though, I think of Carrie Elwes in Cradle Will Rock, one of my favorite movies ever that very few people have seen. It's not a movie a lot of people know, and it has such a knockout cast. It has an incredible cast of people. You haven't heard of it, Cradle Will Rock. I don't know if it's, let me look. I don't know if it's on places. You never know anymore what is available and what isn't.
This was Tim Robbins' baby.
Yes.
About the WPA theater project, the Works Progress Administration.
It's
project.
on Amazon. You can buy it on Amazon or Apple TV. So there you go. You can have it.
Very good film.
1999. I love it. I love that movie so much. As I say, the cast is ridiculous. An incredible group of people. Has Leonard rewatched Casper this Halloween? No, as I didn't get him to watch Casper. It's been a bit too chaotic around here, but I should. That is going to be something we do, whether you like it or not.
Okay, do I have to be facing the screen?
You do. You do have to be. Yes, you need to be facing the screen. But that is tricky. Hi, Leonard and Jesse from Australia. Hello.
Hello.
Or to make a joke. Hello. I'm super excited for the upcoming Tom and Jerry Blu-ray from Warner Archive next month. Looks like this will be the first good release of these cartoons.
You are right, and that is an accurate statement. It's no secret that one of the reasons that they haven't done a proper release of those vintage cartoons, mostly from the 40s into the 50s, is that there's a black housekeeper character known as Mammy Two Shoes. I don't think she's ever called that, but that's what they named her. And it's a pretty strong.
Seems like a lazy name just in general.
Yeah.
How many shoes are you supposed to have?
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
It's a pretty strong stereotype depiction.
Yeah.
And you never see her. All you see are her shoes, the hem of her dress and her shoes. And you hear her voice, her boisterous voice. But we're now in the 21st century. And somebody said, hey, this is for collectors.
Yeah.
This is for grown-ups. We're not going to be propagandizing, 5-year-old kids.
Yeah.
So it's coming out, and I'm very glad.
It's, we all talk about this. It's hard, and I get that it's hard, and it's nobody's. I think my take on all of it is that I understand don't play it on Disney Plus,
Right.
Don't play it on TV for a kid to find it. And I only say that because obviously it does require someone talking to you, I think. But it doesn't mean that we have to erase things. We can put them onto a DVD, a Blu-ray, a laser disc, whatever the hell you want to put it on. And then if you choose to share it, you can. And if you don't have to. But erasing things to me never seems like a great idea.
No.
Movie list of the week. Have you seen Begonia?
No, don't go through the list. I'll pick out some stuff to talk
I know,
about.
but I want to go through it anyway because I'm looking at it. You haven't seen Nouvelle Vague yet?
No.
They did see Stiller and Mira.
Like that. I liked it quite a lot.
Yeah.
Ben Stiller, we got to meet Stiller and Mira at the Nantucket Film Festival. They had a home in Nantucket Island.
Lucky devils.
They were awfully nice. Both of them. They were awfully nice. That was just a brief meeting. Ben Stiller is known as a perfectionist, a very hard-driven perfectionist, as a filmmaker, and as the auteur of several of his own movies. And now I know where it comes from. He and his sister Amy. The framework of this documentary is that they're closing up their parents' apartment after decades, and so they have to go through everything, and they wisely decided to record that and their own reactions, which trigger memories, of course, and it's very good. I remember seeing. I used to see Stiller and Mira on the Ed Sullivan Show, like everybody else. That was their best showcase. Their routines were always sharp and clever. And it turns out Ed Sullivan, which I did not know, should have known, Ed Sullivan, a good Irish Catholic boy, was married to a Jewish woman. So he especially related to Stiller and Mira and was very much their champion.
There you go.
Yeah.
You did see Springsteen.
Yes, the feel bad movie of the year.
So it's not embargoed anymore then.
No.
There you go. They didn't like Springsteen.
No.
They didn't like it.
I thought Jeremy Allen White was very good. His singing sounded good to me. There's not that much performance footage in the film. They only do 3, maybe 4 songs, I think. But it's about this, the equivalent of writer's block.
It's about a bad time in his life.
Yeah.
And it is a depressing time, and apparently was depressing to my parents as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, one of the questions you always ask if someone's going to do a biopic type situation is, why would you choose that time? And I say that only because, much like we've talked about things like Laurel and Hardy, or Stan and Ollie, movies like that, where you wonder, but don't you want to teach people about sort of the rise? Like, wouldn't it be interesting to learn about the rise of Springsteen? Well, maybe not. Apparently they wanted to show the fall part, which you're allowed to do, but it's just an interesting choice.
Yeah.
You and Mommy are loving Mr. Scorsese. Did you finish
we
it?
finished it. We gobbled
You
it
loved
up.
that.
We gobbled it
You
up.
loved that.
So good. So very good.
Yeah.
And I know I've told some people it's on Apple Plus. They say, I don't have that. Well, you know what? It's worth subscribing to watch this 5-part documentary by Rebecca Miller.
Do the thing where you get like 7 days for free. Do that.
Yeah.
And then just turn it off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have to do that,
Just saying.
By any means necessary.
You haven't seen Hedda?
No.
Ballad of a Small Player? No. Last Days?
No.
After the Hunt? No.
Nope.
Eleanor the Great.
Still catching up with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but you guys have been watching a number of things. Again, this is the time of year when my parents every night try to get through at least one. But there's so much. There's so much. And they are going, yeah, I know. Chris is saying, when are we going to stop with these tortured male artist movies? We've had so many lately. The Springsteen movie was an absolute bore. Well, and as I say, this is the tricky part. I think that Walk the Line was excellent.
Yeah.
I think it was an excellent film. Part of what made it excellent, obviously the performances and all the detail stuff, but it was nice to see the rise as well as the fall.
And the Bob Dylan movie, from A Complete Unknown.
A Complete Unknown, yeah.
Did a very good job, I think.
And I think that that's the thing, is that it's one, to have it only be that part, especially because not everyone is going to be super familiar with Springsteen. My mom, the only thing she said to me, she goes, I don't like his music. She said, I feel like he's always yelling, is the direct quote. And I said, I could play you some stuff where he's not, but I understand. And again, everybody has different taste. But so as I say, why would you not sort of show the rise of him into the fall? That might be more interesting for people, but I did not write the movie. Ken is saying, who do you prefer, Stiller and Mira or Nichols and May?
Why choose?
Yeah.
They're both great.
I go with that. I feel like everybody's different. You know, that's the thing. You're laughing at Evanir. Evanir says, I'm waiting for the Grady Sutton biopic.
Keep waiting.
I want the
in fact, don't be on the phone. It might ring at any moment.
What was the This Is Your Life, but they did it with someone that you love, and I can't remember who it was.
No, it's Sid Caesar's parody of This Is Your Life, called This Is Your Story.
Yes.
Yeah, with Carl Reiner as the jovial host.
Yes, but I'm thinking of someone specific, and I can't remember who it is right now. Just an actor that you love, where they did it with him, and you just went nuts for it. I can't remember. Too many things. Had to convince my brother that Ann Mira was not the librarian in Ghostbusters. Yeah, it is funny. I always say careers, right? It is so interesting to see the different parts of a career. And you know, there's a point where you are performing and you're doing vaudeville or whatever it is, and you're a team. And then maybe you go on and you do film, you do whatever. It's just different. So people meet you in different places of your career and of your life, which is, you know, kind of fascinating how we get introduced. I'd rather see films about the rise of an artist as well. Sometimes it's what the artists are known for. I'd find a Simon and Garfunkel film fascinating. Oh, for sure. Especially considering the fact that they had all that time where they didn't like each other. I don't know if they like each other now, but they like each other enough that they sometimes do stuff. Yeah, as I say, I don't know. I feel like, especially for people where we don't necessarily know the whole story, like they're in the middle of doing, and they have been for a while, this Michael Jackson biopic that they've now split into like 18 parts. It's a mess. I don't think, and I'm saying in general, I don't think you need to do a whole lot on Michael Jackson, because in general, people know who he is. They know Jackson 5. If you're someone who is interested in this, you know Jackson 5, so you kind of know his story. So my question would more so be, well, what don't we know? And they've done TV movies, so I'm just not sure what they think they're going to achieve with this that hasn't happened. Also fascinating how
And-
there seems to be 2 movies at a time for certain subjects.
Yes, well,
That always
you know
throws
about the
us.
upcoming 4 movies about the Beatles.
Yeah, well, but that's one person making the
Yeah.
movies. There's not 4 different people making
But
Beatles movies.
I know, yeah, that's true. But
Yeah.
nobody went to see the other Beatles movies.
I know. No, I don't get it.
Nowhere Boy is a really good movie. Aaron Taylor
It
Johnson.
is a while ago, though.
Yeah, well, yes.
It's like, might even be almost 20 years.
That long?
It might be. It might be almost that long.
And,
Because I think that was the whole thing about, because Aaron Taylor Johnson got into a relationship with Sam Johnson on that film, and he was like 17 when they started filming. So it was a whole Megillah. Let's look. Nowhere Boy. 2009.
Okay.
So I don't math much, but it's a while.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then there's the film about Pete Best.
Yes. Yeah.
That was pretty good too.
Yeah. I remember that Stan Laurel reportedly hated being ambushed by Ralph Edwards and This Is Your Life.
Not supposedly, it's true.
But I'm with Leonard re the Sid Caesar sketch, one of the funniest ever on TV. It was and remains. Who's the one that keeps jumping on him?
That's Howard Morris.
Okay.
That's
He keeps
Uncle Goopy.
They keep hugging each other. Yeah. No, it's absolutely hilarious. Yeah, the 2 Capote films were good, but I'm saying, how does it happen? What I always wonder is, did somebody go in and pitch, and then somebody else went, yeah, that is a good idea, actually. And then they go do it. Because how do we end up with 2 of something? I don't know how in Magic Land that works out. I think it cripples a bio when the subject is still living. It can. I think it can. I think it kind of matters. Like, again, it's interesting with Springsteen because he's not that old and he's still performing. So it is a bit strange that would be the choice, on that. Again, when they did Walk the Line, both June and Brain, help me,
Johnny Cash.
Thank you. They were both still alive, but they were old. They were old by that point. So that at least you sort of go, okay, he's not out there in the same way, and we're not familiar seeing them all the time. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Yes, Ken. Somebody, I can't remember who, released I think a 2 CD set called Industrial Strength Keaton, which was just commercials and sponsored films that he was in. And it's very entertaining.
Wild. Isn't that wild? But the bio made after a person dies can be debunked at a later time, like Francis with Jessica Lange. I think that to a degree, there is no such thing as the all the way truth, right? There is no such thing as all the way the truth, I guess, because everybody's going to have had different experiences, Yes, my dad did show Frankenstein in his class. I posted his review for Frankenstein today, so you can read that on leonardmaltin.com. But you saw Frankenstein in Telluride.
Yes.
And then you had Guillermo come to class last week.
Week ago Thursday.
And he brought Frankenstein down, and you liked it better the second time.
I did. I didn't dislike it the first time. I just thought it was too long.
Yes.
The second time I enjoyed it more. Perhaps because I knew what was coming and could appreciate more of the detail along the way. This is a film that he's been living with this story since he was a tyke. He read Mary Shelley's novel, when he was, I think, 11 years old, something like that. And so he's been living with this in his head, and it almost happened several times.
Yeah.
Financing fell through, or somebody, executives changed, something like that. So this has been simmering for a long, long time.
And it's very him. I mean, it's not like it's a surprise he would want to do something like this.
Yeah.
That's very much on brand. Where
You
going, Belle? Where you going?
I think it's an extraordinary film.
Yeah.
Perfect. Define perfect. It is long.
This one's Mabel. This is Mabel.
If I had my way, in life. Every film I
Everything
see
would be shorter.
would be shorter.
Everything would be shorter.
But I really admire what he did, what he pulled off, and all of his collaborators are people he's worked with before: his costume designer, production designer, cinematographer, Alexander Desplat.
Everybody
did an incredible score.
Everybody.
And it's, you know, it's a major film. And then I watched on TCM, I watched the 1931 Frankenstein about 2 weeks ago. It's still a great film. It's still a great film. So you can put them on the shelf next to each other. That's how I feel.
Well, I think people always, you know, and not to pick on you in any way, but it's like saying, like, do you prefer Nichols and May or you know, Stiller and Mira? And you sort of go, there's no need to pick. That's kind of how I feel with this sort of a thing, which is you don't have to choose one over the other, because they can all exist. I think the only time we really call them out is if something's terrible and you go, this was awful, don't watch this, watch the original. You know, Jimmy's saying, for Halloween, I rewatched both Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein, absolute masterpieces. Well, it is incredible when you think about the fact that visually speaking, Frankenstein hasn't changed. You know, what they got that first time around was it. Bride, the Bride of Frankenstein, that character, that visual, nothing has changed. Now you have your Lily Munsters and that kind of thing, but that's meant to be a different take. But they are iconic, truly. It's a word that gets used too much.
Yeah.
They are iconic. The way that they, in the same way that Bela Lugosi, like that is Dracula. That's what Dracula looks like.
And sounds like.
So if you think about how old those movies are, which is a while, to think that they have remained, even if people haven't seen them, they can recognize those characters straight away because they're perfect.
Which is why Bela Lugosi Jr., who was an attorney, sued Universal Pictures years and years ago and started a whole domino of reaction. He said they were not licensing Dracula. They were licensing Bela Lugosi.
They were licensing his dad.
And they were.
It's true. And I get that that's complicated, you know?
Yeah.
But no, the face that you're seeing is his. That is his dad.
And why, even the Count on Sesame Street has a foreign accent, like, you know. Like
yes. P.S. Daisy does that laugh. I don't know if you've heard her do it, but she will try to imitate the Count. She tries to imitate the Count, and then she also has a witch laugh. That is her imitating a witch. Comedy gold.
I want to see Megadoc.
Yeah.
I'm very interested.
Even though you didn't see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I liked the Colin Hanks documentary on John Candy. I Like Me.
Yeah. I told you I didn't love it.
Yeah.
I
didn't say love it.
No. I'm just saying. I didn't love it because I think that I wanted to. I understand you interviewed a lot of people and you want to use a lot of that, but I kind of would have liked to just hear more of John Candy himself, especially because he's been gone as long as he has. I found it really interesting to see those early clips, to see him on stage and doing that. And I would have really loved more of that. As I say, just because it's not something that is readily available, is not something that you would find just because of the time frame of it. So yeah, I wish there was more of that. Because I think you learn very quickly, and I think most people know to a degree, everybody liked him. He was extremely talented, you know, and he died too soon. So that much you have. And I don't necessarily need person after person telling me how great he was, because I understand that. I would have loved more. I loved that early stuff. I thought that was really fascinating.
Colin Hanks has a supporting role in Nuremberg.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
which opens this coming Friday.
Which he just showed at class 2 days ago. And
James Vanderbilt, the writer-director, was my guest. A very good guest, very interesting guest, and it's a good film. It's a good film, and apparently it's all true. Very, very little, if any, embellishment. Russell Crowe plays Hermann Goering, and I don't know in real life he's that stout nowadays, but he does it with the dialect, with the German dialect. I bought it.
Yeah, Kevin is saying Forrest Ackerman's magazine probably had a lot to do with that in terms of the monsters. Absolutely. But still, if you think about something like Famous Monsters, that magazine, and the people that had it, they loved it. But the idea that in pop culture, the visual, the voice, all of it would remain kind of just incredible when you think about it. That, as I say, that for as old as they are, that's the visual. That's the visual, yeah, it's interesting to me.
Now Terry Tunes are finally on.
My dad doesn't like Terry
Me
Tunes.
TV
He gets asked all the time. He does not like Terry Tunes.
I don't like Terry Tunes. I like Heckle and Jekyll. I'll give you that. And they made an occasional good cartoon.
An occasional. I'm sorry. I'm staring at this. So this is Play-Doh. It's Daisy's Play-Doh. And on the side, it says contains wheat. And I'm just trying to understand. Contains wheat. Why? Why does it contain wheat? Only because they make such a fuss about all of them being like gluten. It is very funny to look at stuff like this and have it in big letters read gluten-free. Because I'm imagining them going, yeah, a lot of kids eat these, so we got to keep them gluten-free. How does Nuremberg compare with Judgment at Nuremberg?
Very different. Very different. It's been a long time since I've seen Judgment at Nuremberg, but this is a very specific story based on a book about a psychiatrist played by Rami Malek, who is brought to Nuremberg into the prison cells there to analyze these Nazi officers and leaders, and to try to get
monsters is the word you're looking for.
Trying to get inside their brains, and because they're going to be put on trial.
Right.
As somebody says, why don't you just shoot them?
Yeah.
But
fair question.
But
yeah.
The lead prosecutor, who was played quite well by
Leo Woodall.
No.
Sorry, that's a different. Sorry.
By Michael Shannon.
Oh, there you go.
Says no. That would make them martyrs.
Huh.
We don't want to make them martyrs.
That's
clever. We want them answerable.
That's very clever.
For their crimes.
Yeah.
And so they have all four nations, the allies.
Yeah.
Including Russia. Remember, late 40s.
Hey, Logan.
They all have representation on the bench.
There you go. Matt is saying, did you see the Frankenstein TV movie where Randy Quaid played the monster?
No.
I have never heard of that. That's wild. And I'm sure very interesting. I don't like them either. However, I remember as a child, I loved Mighty Mouse and the opera interpretation they put on the series. I say there's some good stuff. Like with anything, there's going to be some good Terry Tunes, and then a lot of it isn't. Oh, there we go. Wheat is in traditional Play-Doh because it provides the essential protein gluten, which creates the dough's elasticity and malleable texture. When water is added, gluten molecules form a network that makes the dough flexible, and this structure is what allows it to be stretched and shaped without breaking. It makes all the sense. As I say, the only reason it's funny is because a lot of the containers all say gluten-free on them. So it's interesting that this one, while still non-toxic, does have wheat. I think they had to take it out because kids were allergic and God knows what else. Judgment at Nuremberg is some of the best acting you'll see from Judy Garland, Burt Lancaster, Tracy Emshell, and the whole cast. Watch it again. It's extraordinary. I don't doubt that.
Spencer Tracy, Maximilian Schell.
Yeah. Sorry. I was just reading again today about Robert Sherman's experience liberating the death camps scarred him for life. I think anybody you talk to about those, yes, definitely.
And it was part of the Nuremberg trials that they screened an hour of footage.
Yeah.
Of liberating the camps.
Yeah.
It's that's strong stuff.
Kill me. Just kill me now.
Strong stuff.
It's a lot.
I was watching a movie at home the other night. I'm on the AFI jury, and I'm now an Academy member as well. So I have access to links, viewing links for
We have links.
for a lot of the seasonal, year-end movies. And I was watching one the other night that I didn't care for, and finally I just gave up on it. I bailed and went to Netflix and watched. Your mother and I watched 2 episodes of The Diplomat. What a great show! I love that show.
My mom is obsessed with that show.
I love that show, created by one named Deborah Kahn.
I didn't like the first season. I couldn't get into it.
Oh,
I'll try again.
there you go.
I'll try again.
There you go.
It does it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
And Rory Kinnear is fantastic.
He's so good in anything.
The British Prime Minister.
He's so good in anything. What a talented person. He can do so much. I've seen him play evil. I've seen him play good. And yeah, man, he's really, really incredible. No, I tried to watch that first season and I couldn't get into it. I'll try again. I
should have mentioned him in my essay about character actors, because he's a good example of a contemporary one.
Yeah.
I wrote an essay about Charles Dance, who plays Victor Frankenstein's father in the new Guillermo del Toro film. And Charles Dance is an actor I've long admired, and he's so perfect in this. But he's just perfect.
One of the greatest things he does, and my British friends here will know, is every year, Christmas into New Year, they have a couple of quiz of the year, things like that, these shows that they do. And I love them. I look forward to them all year so much. And they always have Charles Dance do a reading or two. What it tells you immediately is that he doesn't take himself seriously in all the best ways. And he just makes it. He makes the whole thing. It is better because he is in it. And I love it. I learned from a podcast interview with Woody Allen that he was offered the part opposite Andre Gregory in My Dinner with Andre. He turned it down because he didn't want to learn that much dialogue.
Okay.
There you go. I'm trying to think of what else you've been watching, because you guys have gone through so much.
Yes, we have.
Well, my brain
listen,
is too fried.
All right, before we lose track of this.
Yeah.
You've nudged me about the fact that I don't cross promote enough.
That's not true.
Wow. I'm going to cross promote now.
He made it up, but I'll go with it. Get the book back out.
First, this is my new book.
It is talked about.
It is a book printed on pages.
It's a book.
Every movie is a miracle, and it's essentially a long interview with me by my old friend Nat Segaloff, who is himself a fine film writer, journalist. And I've been getting really nice feedback on it.
Yeah.
It's on Amazon, and it's if you want to go to The Sticking Place, it's the name of the publisher. And I'm next going to plug our podcast, Maltin on Movies. Right now, we have running a very entertaining, enjoyable conversation with the two brothers who created a series for kids called Big City Greens. And it was you who got me to watch it.
Yeah.
And
Disney sent over this list, Disney Plus, of people that they were offering for interviews for all of these different shows that are on Disney Junior and Disney Plus. And what is so funny is that we all have, at different points in our lives, we exist in different places, right? And we're familiar with different things. I remember walking into Target and going down the toy aisle before Daisy was born and going, who the hell are all of these people? I don't know these characters. I don't know their names. I don't know the shows. I don't know anything. Now, of course, I can name them for you. So in 4 years, everything has changed. Similarly, these shows that I would have never heard of that they were promoting for Disney Plus, Disney Junior, and all the rest of it, I didn't know them. Now I do. Big City Greens is delightful. It is so fun. Uh-oh, trouble's coming. Oh, and you're naked. That's good. Where are your clothes?
I didn't take the bath yet.
You didn't take a bath yet. You're naked, bub. You can't be on computer when you're naked.
Why?
Because we don't like you to be naked.
Why?
Why? She does like to be naked. You know, gotta respect it. Thank you, my love. Chaos is here.
Yeah.
Big City Greens, there isn't much merch for Big City Greens. I know. I mentioned that to them. I think they should do more. I think the characters are great and they're hilarious looking. But yeah, it's the thing of these shows that I never would have seen. I ended up watching because of my daughter. And I love a lot of them. And the thing with Big City Greens is that she's down here. She's down here, Grandma. It's Bub, I think you got to go back up. Because Hannah's calling you. Hi, Nakey baby, because she's calling you. Not going to work. So, you know, I love Big City Greens. We also got to interview Patrick Stump, who I know from Fall Out Boy, because it's been a band forever. What he did all of the music for Spidey and His Amazing Friends, which is another really fun show. It's a little cheap. Big City Greens has a lot more sort of adult jokes in it. Spidey is definitely for kids, but it was a blast to get to speak to them about this, you know. She says she's going to the front room, Days, to entice you there. It's going well, guys. It's going really, really well.
Anyhow, that's our current episode
Mhm.
of Maltin on Movies, as they say in everywhere. Wherever you get your podcast,
Yeah.
you can get ours.
Yeah.
Maltin
Oh, that's
on
good.
Movies.
Ken says sticking place books were very easy to deal with, and he got his copy very quickly. That's
Good.
great. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. There you go. I'm so glad. As I say, I'm trying to think of the different stuff that because I've watched a couple of series that dropped and then went through them. That's the only downside to watching stuff quickly, is that you almost immediately forget what there was because it's just too many things. But it's something that I did do is I learned that Peacock has a number of British shows from 10, 15, 20 years ago, and you can go through them. And a lot of them are very good.
Hey, Daisy, quiet. You're going to be there. You got to be quiet, sweetheart.
Why?
Because they're broadcasting.
Again with the why. Again with the why.
Yeah, I'm with you. Let's go into the front room, honey. We're going to play in the front room. Come on. Oh, they're playing in there. Well, in there they're working. sweetheart. They're actually working. I know it doesn't seem like
I think she's getting it. I think it's happening. Yes, Stump also did the music for Dead End. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is in speaking to Patrick Stump, who's again the lead singer of a band called Fall Out Boy. That's how you might know him. What he told us, it was a really fascinating interview, and he told us about how his dream was to compose for film. His dream was to score for film. And so that was when the opportunity started happening, he was absolutely thrilled. And he was talking to us about some of his favorites and the composers he grew up with and who inspired him. And that was it was a really cool thing to sort of, I was geeking out, you know, telling him the different songs that I love. And I've seen them live and I saw him live and that was great. But it was really cool to also share it with my dad, who's not very familiar, and could sort of hear Patrick's excitement and love of this stuff. Daisy didn't become a rebel, Alan. Daisy has been a rebel as long as that child could move. She is a beautiful, tiny, crazy person. And she
Who's been up since 6.
Who's been up since 6:13 a.m. Thank you, Daylight Savings Time. Yes. Tonight's going to be great. I, for one, can't wait to see how well it goes. Ken's saying they're big fans of Elspeth. Do you watch that with Mommy? My mom watches that.
I watch that. I don't know if it's with Mommy.
Yeah.
It's played.
Fine.
It's played broadly, but it's entertaining.
Yeah.
And it's I guess it's empty calories.
Yeah.
There's a time and a place for empty calories.
Well, that's the thing. So before we started recording, I said to my dad, where does the term appointment television come from? Because it's something that he's brought up. And it's such a perfect word for it. And lately, I haven't had a lot of stuff that's on TV that I'm watching. And it's only recent that I have some shows that came back. I like Chicago Med, stuff like that. Fire Country. You just watch it because it's there. It's fine. There's a spinoff of that, Sheriff Country. It is nice to have stuff on TV that you can watch. And I do look forward to it. Jesse, did you watch I Love LA, Down Cemetery Road, Pluribus, or Low Down, or Nobody Wants This? No. Going to start Pluribus, which is the Emma Thompson one.
No.
Is it not?
No. Pluribus is the new Vince Gilligan show.
Oh, which is the one with Emma Thompson?
That's the one Down Cemetery Road.
Is that okay?
Which she's producing.
I have them written down, is what I have, but I haven't started them yet because I was watching something else first. But yes, but yeah, I'm excited about Down Cemetery Road. Really looking forward to it and hoping that it's good.
The other thing I wanted to plug, I have one more plug.
Yeah.
My website, of course, LeonardMaltin.com. But we also offer Patreon. And for Patreon supporters, and you can do that for $3 a month or $5 a month. We're not trying to soak you. We're just trying to keep the pots boiling, you know. I write a column every month. You can't read anywhere else. And a collectibles column, which is heavily illustrated.
He shows off some of his favorite stuff and enjoys it very, very much. Leonard, how do you feel about The Pit? They didn't watch it. I thought it was fantastic. I loved The Pit. I thought it was really, really good. Yes, I'm looking forward to checking out Welcome to Derry. Interested to see if it's any good. I'll tell you the thing with Nobody Wants This for me is that it just didn't, I don't know. I like rabbis as much as the next guy. I'm a nice Jewish girl. It just didn't do anything for me. Kevin says, I just finished your book a couple of days ago. Fantastic. I loved your reference to Daniel Blum's A Pictorial History of the Silent Screen, a book I took home from the library many times as a kid. That's wonderful.
That's a book that can really open worlds for you. You know, a young person.
Sinking. I'm losing you here.
Oh, dear.
You're sinking down.
Can't have that. Task was not my cup of tea.
Oh, I thought Task was great.
Yeah, and your mother liked it too.
I thought that was fantastic. Again, it was really nice to have a show to watch. It was really nice to get on there and actually have something to look forward to on a Sunday night. You know, I agree that I look forward to it like a lot of us do. You know, it's nice to go, oh, that's right, it's Sunday. I have a new episode of blank. I was very excited to have that. No, have you seen the new documentary Strange Journey, the story of Rocky Horror? No, but I've had some friends who've really loved it. And so I am excited to give that a try. As I say, Apple Plus has some new shows that look good that I'm interested in. But again, a problem is just your brain just gets to mush. You can't remember. You watch them and then you don't remember that you watched them. Do you have a favorite iconic movie poster that Drew Struzan did?
Oh, well, how do you choose? Truly, how do you choose? I don't know. Indiana Jones, maybe Raiders of the Lost Ark. I don't know.
Some good ones.
Yeah.
I asked you guys what you did for Halloween. Arthur, you said that I have Arsenic and Old Lace on my DVR library. I binge watch a bit of the Munsters. Never a bad time for Munsters. I love them. Saw Night of the Living Dead from 1968. I don't know what you and Jesse think about this film, but I think it's an excellent one worthy of 4 stars. Yeah, I've seen it, but it's a long time since I saw Night of the Living Dead. 1 second. Alan says, I only watched Only Angels Have Wings and Barbary Coast as part of the Criterion Channel Salute to Howard Hawks. What is your favorite Howard Hawks film?
His Girl Friday.
It is perfect.
It's a perfect movie.
It's a perfect movie. I don't think it could get any better if you tried.
It makes me laugh every single time. Uh, the actors are so on top of their material. They so embody those characters, and the pace is fast and furious, never lets up.
And for me, you know, so I love Gypsy. I love both the musical and the movie. And it's one of those things where that is Rosalind Russell, you know, again, visually speaking in my head, as much as I love Ethel Merman, I see that because of the movie. So to have Mama Rose doing this kind of a role, same sass, high sass, but it was so cool to see that other side of her, having grown up watching her one way. Let's see. Howdy from St. Louis. This Halloween, I restarted my tradition of watching The Ghost and Mr. Chicken, along with Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. He also watched Blue Moon last week, and he agrees with you. It's a terrific and Oscar-worthy performance by Mr. Hawk.
Yeah.
So there you go. Hi, Logie.
And we watched the first 2 episodes of his new TV series.
Yeah.
So,
oh, yeah. You said you did. Did you
yeah,
like it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
Okay.
Got to go back to it.
Okay. Well, that's good. Speaking of Criterion, what do you think of them releasing Pee-wee's Big Adventure next month? Great.
I'm all for it.
It's great.
That was another good documentary.
Yeah.
The Paul Rubens documentary.
Yeah, that was excellent. Do you guys have watch lists on IMDb or Letterboxd or elsewhere? No, not on purpose. Just don't do it. I think in part because we don't necessarily plan. We just kind of watch.
Yeah.
So yeah, I you know, like you list something off and I go, oh yeah, that's right. I have to get to that. I keep meaning to get to that. And then you just try. You try to find it. Just bought a used copy of Glenn Frankel's book on The Searchers. Have you read it?
Yes. Excellent.
Yeah.
It's not just on The Searchers. It's on the real life Native Americans and Westerners who were then dramatized by a prolific author named Alan LeMay. And it's about Alan LeMay and how he came and unearthed and took down all these legends and lore. And then it's about John Ford's The Searchers. So it's the story, the real story, the fictionalized story. And Glenn's books are excellent. He did another really good book on High Noon, and the third book on, I don't remember what it is. He's
Logan.
He's a good guy.
Logan.
Good guy, good writer, and good researcher.
Oh, Jimmy's asking. Sorry, I saw your question before, Jimmy, but I lost you in there. Since Daisy is a fan of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, do you ever plan on introducing her to your dad's Walt Disney Treasures DVDs? I'd love to see her reaction. Well, this is the thing. It's so much fun to share stuff with her. And obviously, my whole life, my dad has been telling me how and what he introduced me to. So it is really neat. She loves all of the Disney characters. She loves Minnie and Mickey and Goofy and Donald and Pluto and all of those. Big fan of those things. She loves them, which makes me very happy. And yeah, the dogs were fine. And then Grandma and Daisy came down and chaos entered. Yes, Logan is the brown dog who talks. Logan is our little brown fluff who, as we say, is our Awu dog, and he's very chatty. Mabel is the white fluff dog, and she doesn't say much. But yeah, I am excited to show her all kinds of things. I'm very excited. My dad has put some stuff on the projector for her. So she has seen Grandpa thread the projector and then put some things on, and she watches with him very happily. So yeah, sort of slowly doing that, slowly introducing as I think she'll like them. She sort of understands that Grandpa's on TV. She has seen him on TV, so she knows that he does that. But again, she's 4, so it doesn't really all click yet. She saw me on TV once, and then will continually bring it up to me and be like, "Mommy, did you know you were on the TV?" I was like, "Yeah, it doesn't happen much, kid, but you did. You saw that. Yes, you did." So yeah, it's very funny. Let's raise a glass to the recently departed British stars Patricia Rutledge and Prunella Scales. Yes.
Yes, both very fine actresses. We saw Patricia Rutledge on Broadway in one of the legendary flops of Broadway musical history, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
Yeah.
written by Alan J. Lerner and Leonard Bernstein. And this is a show that got.
This is to give you. So this one's Logan.
Yeah.
This is the chatty, short-legged one. That's you. You're chatty and you're short-legged. That's Logan.
It opened in Washington D.C., where it was roasted by the critics.
Yeah.
And I said to Alice, "We got to see this." So we went to a preview performance on Broadway because it wasn't going to last.
Yeah.
It was going to die.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see before it expired.
Yeah.
And we did.
And you did.
Yeah. And it was.
And you did.
It was as advertised.
Yeah.
Not good.
Did Daisy watch Disney's House of Mouse with Wayne Allwine and Rod Roddy? Yes, she has. We've shown her a number of these things, and she definitely likes it. As I say, thankfully, she's very into Disney, which makes us happy. I'm in the process of figuring out. I want to take her to Disneyland again. We took her when she was 2, and now that she just turned 4, I want to take her again. But oh my God, is it expensive? Are you joking? My mom and I were yelling at the screen, looking at the prices. But I told you, Deb, the good news is between the ages of 3 and 9, their ticket is $10 cheaper. So instead of $150, you pay $140. No, it's fine. I'm not angry about it. Show them your books.
My Patreon collectibles column this month is about movie tie-in paperbacks, and I had you illustrate
Yes.
with 5 covers, but I didn't have room for everything. So paperbacks really came into the mainstream in the 40s and 50s, and they were known for sometimes lurid covers.
Lurid. They were lurid. You hear that? They were lurid.
But they also give you source material for where films came from.
I know. Victoria says when people stop paying it, they'll bring down the prices.
Yeah.
Truly. Well, the fact now that they do a sliding scale, so the tickets can cost any amount they feel like, I just feel like shouldn't be legal. But, here we are. Night and the City. Yeah, a lot of Arthur's saying, I think the night in Bald Mountain sequence from Fantasia would be a little too intense for Daisy. A lot of Fantasia is intense. It's quite scary. That's the thing. And the whole sequence of Sorcerer Mickey with the mops and the buckets, it gets very intense and frightening. So even stuff that you would look at and go, "Oh, that's nice," it's a lot, and it takes a minute for kids to sort of deal with it.
Here's a paperback. They always say complete and unabridged. Well, Sorry Wrong Number was written as a half-hour radio show by Lucille Fletcher, who went on to marry Bernard Herrmann.
There you go.
And then got an opportunity from producer Hal Wallace to expand her original script for the screenplay when they did it, I think, 10 years later with Barbara Stanwyck for the screen.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a tie-in for the movie.
That's funny.
And she shares credit with I think, a journeyman writer who came in and made it work.
Yeah. Nick says the suits know that Mickey is the mascot and not Uncle Scrooge, right? I don't think they got that memo. It literally I picked a random day in November. And for me, my child who has just turned 4 years old and my husband, for the 3 of us, it would be $437 for one park, not even a park hopper, for just Disneyland. $437. That doesn't include parking or the taxes or anything yet. What? It's insane. I love this cover. I love this cover. Yes, crazy. Almost, bub. Almost done, okay?
Now again,
and then we'll come play.
Guys Dolls was a Broadway play, musical play, of course, adapted from short stories by Damon Runyon. So what is this paperback exactly? Apparently, it's 5 of the stories that inspired the book of the musical. It was written by- And of course, if you want to sell something, put movie stars on the cover, like Tyrone Power and Ava Gardner.
She was something, wasn't she?
Yeah. This is a British copy.
Handbooks. There's some good ones. There really are. I think this one is particularly gorgeous. The Sun Also Rises one. I also just like that it says Fiesta. The Sun Also Rises. Fiesta. Yeah. Now these are neat. Do you know how many of these you have?
No.
Did you only start getting them when you got the case?
Yeah.
So it was for that.
Yeah.
Crazy. Francis the Talking Mule. I would also just like to point out Francis's face in Francis the Talking Mule. Just like to point out that that is a thing. That is a thing they put on a book cover. I don't know. I like it. Complete and unabridged. Very funny. Very, very funny. Are there any of these that you want that have gotten away? Have you seen one that you just couldn't get?
I've stopped looking now.
Oh, that's probably smart.
Yeah.
That's probably a wise
I've
decision
stopped looking.
because there's no space anywhere. Anywhere. I have a hardback copy of Sally Benson's Meet Me in St. Louis, my favorite film, with Judy Garland and Margaret O'Brien on the cover. I love it, I'm sure. No, there's some great, as I say, some stuff that was almost throwaway. You know, they didn't mean for them to look as great as they did. They just do. And that's kind of the most fun. Sort of like you talked about sheet music.
Yeah.
And finding sheet music that looks fantastic. You don't even necessarily care what the song is or what the movie is, but the artwork is wonderful and you want it. The new book that that he had before Every Movie is a Miracle is out now. You can get it.
Available.
Yes. And that's Joni. I love to you both met Mr. Maltin at Ruta Lee's 90th back in May. And what a party that was. She's something.
Yeah.
She really is. Again, you know, there's so few sort of classic movie stars in the sense that, you know, people who have the memories, who worked with different people, the firsthand accounts, let's say. There just aren't that many left anymore.
And she was one of the founders of the Thalians.
Yeah, which is a whole thing.
Charitable organization.
Yeah.
That
takes care of their own.
No. The Thalians have their wing at Cedars.
That's what I'm saying. They take care of their own.
Yeah.
They make sure that people, you know, get the care they need.
Yeah.
Which is very important, as we know.
I saw her. One of my favorite TV shows of all time is Stump the Stars from the early 60s. It was originally called Pantomime Quiz in the early days of television. There's some of them on YouTube worth looking at. When it was revived in the early 60s, they called it Stump the Stars. And they had regulars and guest stars on each team of charades players. And one of the regulars was Ruta Lee. So I was, your mother and I watched one. And the next day I went into Art's Deli and there she was having lunch with some people. And I didn't want to interrupt. I had to go over and say, I just saw you last night on a 1962 episode of Stump the Stars. She said, can you believe we got paid for doing that?
As they should.
And no, several people asked if I ever got to meet or interview Maria Riva. No, wish I had. And June Lockhart. I got to meet her, but not an interview.
Man. You got some good ones, though.
Yep.
You really did. You got some really, really good ones. You know, again, timing of things and hoping that you'll be there at the right moment. You can interview those people. I think that means we need to wrap up now. We will not be here next week because my parents will be at the Coronado Film Festival.
Coronado Island Film Festival. It's 10th anniversary.
So they will be down there. And while I could do this with Daisy, it might not be the same for all of you. Though her explaining what shows she likes and what movies she's watching would probably be some kind of entertainment, though I don't know what. So yeah, but we'll be here after that. We will be back after that. Everybody, please take good care of yourselves. We will see you very soon. As I say, my dad's review of Frankenstein is up now. If you want to go to the website, you can read it there. And like that, that's us. We'll see you later.
See ya. Take care, everybody, and be kind.
There you go.